So the tiles I'm using, they actually measure 4¼ inches wide by 4¼ inches tall. They're white background, which is basically what all the tiles are. So the first thing I want to do is I want to bring up an image. The one I want to do here, and I have the cat at the door, the kitchen, blah blah blah, so forth. So let's make this a little bit smaller. Now, if I was doing only one tile, I'm using Paint Shop Pro 7. The same would apply if you're using Photoshop, any of the CorelDRAW programs, Illustrator, whatever program you use. Basically, with the exception of a few minor terminology terms that they use, it's all done the same. You take your image, you resize it, you print it, and you sublimate, heat transfer it. So I'm going to make one tile, so I'm going to click File, New. I set it at 100 dots per inch, and the width I want for my actual transfer itself would be 4¼ inches wide by 4¼ inches tall. Okay, here's my image. Now, the tiles being 4¼ inches wide, if you print your transfer at 4¼ inches, trying to line up that transfer exactly on the tile is extremely difficult. And 9 times out of 10, you'll especially with a full bleed background like this, 9 times out of 10 what will happen is this edge, somewhere along the line, it will be off the tile, and you'll have a tile that will be not printed properly. You have a white space around the edge of the corners or something. So to take care of that, I want to make the actual transfer a little bit bigger than the tile. The reason being is when you take your tile, you put your transfer, you center your transfer on it. What you want to do is you want to have the transfer go past all 4 edges. So when you take a transfer and you tape it down, when you wrap it down, that extra edge, that ink will be on your sides. You'll see when I'm done. But in this case, I want to make the actual transfer 4½ inches wide by 4¼ inches tall. It will give me a 1/4 inch on each side to play with, to help center the tile and to make sure that the ink does go into the side of the tile so you won't have any white edges. So I'm just going to click, I want to resize it from 4¼ inches to 4.5 inches. Okay, bigger. Now, on the actual artwork, the way we do it here is I'm going to be doing a mural with these tiles, but what you do is you take your actual image, you resize it to 4½ by 4½ inches, and you print it. So in this one here, with a mural, what I want to do is I want to create a grid on this mural here, for making a mural. What I want, this entire photo will be made into a mural 3 tiles wide, 2 tiles tall, which will give me an overall tile size of 8½ inches tall tiles by 12¾ inches wide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new image, 100 dots per inch, and the width I want is 12¾ inches wide, which is exactly what the tiles are, by 8½ inches tall. The height of the two tiles. Okay. You'll notice that I'm using a transparent background. I always like to use transparent backgrounds. I find using a white background or any other color is distracting. This is just my preference. So what I want to do, I want to take my original artwork and I want to resize it to 8.5 inches tall. And that's all. You'll notice that the tile size is actually 12 3/4, but the original artwork is 13.5. That's fine. My concern is the height. I'm going to click OK. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the artwork for the tile, Control C, and I'm going to paste it onto this new image, which is 8.5 inches by 12 3/4 inches. Control E. And you move it around. Now you can see that it's bigger than, the artwork is bigger than, touchscreens, hate them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to center what I feel would be important for this. Select. Okay. This is my image ready to be printed as a sublimation transfer. So this is my image ready to be printed. Now, to get this entire image, this entire artwork onto a tile, what you want to do, we could just minimize this so it's not distracting. What we want to do is we want to take this image and create a grid. So make sure you click that. In this case, we'll click image. Oops. I want to view the grid. And if you look real close, you'll see the little tiny squares. That's my grid. Yeah. Okay. Here's my grid. Now I'm going to click View, and I want to change my grid from pixels to inches. The horizontal spacing, that is what each grid is going to be. It's going to be the 4.5 inches wide by 4.5 inches tall. This 4.5 inch grid, each is 4.5 inches wide by 4.5 inches tall. Each one of these are going to be taken out of here and pasted onto here. To make this easier and more accurate, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click View, and I want to snap to the grid. Then I'm going to hit my selection box and go in the upper left hand corner of that first grid, and you'll notice it's hard to see it on the screen, but what will happen is when you push on your mouse and come down to near the corner, when you let go, that outline will snap to the grid. And I want to copy it, Control C, and I want to make a new image, Control V. This is one, as this is a total of 6 tiles, this is one of 6 tiles that I'm going to be printing. Now, this also has the grid on it. So I'm going to click View, Grid, and it gets rid of the grid. I don't want to print a grid on this. So what I would do is I'll Control C, V, and let's just say this is, and I want to save it. let's just call it tile 1. Tile 1. Okay, what I want to do now, I want to save this as an image ready to print because it's 4.5 inches wide by 4.5 inches tall. So in my case, I'm going to click convert it. You keep it as a PNG. I pre-did these, but what you do is every new image you create, you want to save it. You want to label it so you know which order that they're going to go in. So in this case, I named it door 1, and when I did the second tile, door 2, door 3, door 4, door 4, door 6, blah blah, on and on and on. I cancel. I don't want to save it. I don't want to save that. Okay, now you repeat this process for all 6 tiles or however many tiles that you have. Click Control D. I want to unselect. Okay, what happens now when you do this, when you do your second tile, you'll see that the grid is gone. Just click View, Grid. It defaults to whatever your last setting was, 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches. You hit your select, and you go in the upper left hand corner, Control Z, you snap the grid, go in the upper left hand corner, then you want to copy it, Control C, make a new selection, Control V. Again, you have your grids. Click on the image, click View, get rid of the grid. Then in this case, I would save this as door number 2. You would do this for all 6 tiles. The way you do the 1, you snap to the grid, copy it, get rid of the grid lines on your new small image, blah blah blah, on and on and on. And what you'll end up with is Control D. What you'll end up with is door 1, door 2. Basically, what you're going to end up with, you're going to end up with 6 transfers that look something like this. Okay. Since I've already printed them, is door 1, door 2, door 3, door 4, door 5, door 6. Okay. My printer is limited to 8.5 inch wide by 14 inch paper. So what I did was I took each one, took here, file. Remember to click print preview, or you want to see what you have before you start. So I'm going to close here. I'm going to file. Let's go print preview. I'm going to go setup. My paper is 14 inches tall, so I'm going to select 14 inches tall. Okay. Now it showed me what one transfer looks on the paper here. I can't go any wider because it will be off the paper. So I'm going to close it. I'm going to create a new blank sheet of paper here, 8.5 inches wide, 14 inches tall. X. File, new. 8.5. 8. Okay, here's my actual sheet of paper. This is actually what I'll be printing on. So what I want to do, for the sake of comfort, I'm just going to do 2 transfers per sheet. So I'm going to take number 1, door 1, Control C, E, center it. Door 2, Control C, E, Control D. Click File, Print Preview. Notice I want to see what this looks like on the sheet of paper. All that happens here is This is a very rough drawing. All it's showing me is where the transfers will be printed on the paper. Make sure that I've got plenty of white space around. Touch screens, you know what I'm talking about. Zoom out. Make sure I got plenty of white space around because I'm going to be cutting the transfer. I'm going to close. In this case, I would actually print. I would print these two transfers and then take my next two, number 3 and number 4, print them the same way, 5 and 6, print them the same way. And you'll end up with 2 transfers per sheet of paper. Now when you cut your sheet of paper, even though the transfers are 4.5 inches wide by 4.5 inches tall, what you want to do is you want to leave extra paper around the edges, because when you fold this over your tile, you'll have some blank paper that you can tape the transfer to on your tile so it doesn't move on you. Okay, you've got that done. Basically, you would still save this artwork because this is artwork for a ceramic tile mural ready to print. Why do it all this stuff again? There's no reason for it. So I'm gonna, since I already saved, but just remember to save it. No. Get rid of this here. No. Well, 6 transfers. We've cut them all. So we have paper on both sides that we can tape the transfer to the tile. It makes no difference what order you do your tiles in, because you're going to end up with one of each anyway. So let's go over and let's do a tile, a mural here.